Today is the 3rd of January 2021, and my name is Sikot. I represent the Southern Cameroon Activist Front from Tanzania, the Republic of Southern Cameroon. I want to send a very special message to the world and to the African Cup of Nations organizers, and particularly to Group D that will be playing in Limbe in Victoria, Southern Cameroon. I'm talking about Namibia, I'm talking about Zambia, Tanzania, and Guinea. Your team will be involved in the African Cup of Nations in our territory, the Southern Cameroons. Now, this country, if you do not know or if you have not been informed, is involved in a war that was declared by Paul Biya of La République du Cameroun. Since 2017, we have been battling with the forces of La République du Cameroun in order to restore the independence that was declared by His Excellency President Seseko Ayok Tabe on the 1st of October 2017. Now, more than 14,000 people have been killed. More than 6,000 live on exile, and you can visit the internet for this information. Now, my interest is the security aspect. We are at war, and it is not a resistance. It is a war that was declared, and therefore, I have spoken with every stakeholder that is involved in this war from the Southern Cameroon side, and none of them have given permission or authorization for this tournament to take place in the territories of Southern Cameroon. Therefore, playing this tournament in Southern Cameroon is at the risk of every of the teams that will be playing in Limbe called Victoria. Now, let the citizens and the governments of Namibia that was once involved in a liberation movement like us, the Zambian national side, the Tanzanian Taifa Stars, and the Guinea national side, be rest assured that it is not going, this tournament is not going to hold in this territory. I am representing the movements that have called for a no tournament in the Southern Cameroons. And so I have spoken to the stakeholders on the ground, and the boys are prepared and they are armed. They are not known, but they are in the population. They are living in the land, and be rest assured, action will be fierce. I am also warning because citizens of these 4 countries also live everywhere around the Southern Cameroons and even in the cities of Douala and Yaoundé. These areas are not void of attacks from our forces. Now, I want to remind you that this region is not at peace, and the government of La République du Cameroun cannot guarantee your safety, nor can I also guarantee your safety. Remember the case of Charles Wesco that was killed in 2018, precisely in October. Let me also remind you of the case in Kumba in October, October 2020, where over 6 pupils from a primary school were killed in Kumba. I also want to remind you of the case in Limbe in November 2020, where girls were all stripped naked, boys were all stripped naked in a school in Limbe, precisely in the Kulu Memorial College in Limbe. Till date, the government of La République du Cameroun cannot find any of the boys that were involved in this act. Now, it is better to be cautioned. It is better to be warned. It is better to send an advice before it happens, because this tournament will not hold. We are giving these countries, Namibia, Zambia, Tanzania, and Guinea, 4 days to withdraw from this tournament to take place in Limbe. Play your tournament in Douala, Yaoundé, and wherever in the territory of La République du Cameroun, which is a party to this war. The only party that have given you the authorization to play in this part of the country. If you there, we cannot guarantee what may happen. We of the Southern Cameroons intend to join the Confederation of African Football when we finally achieve our independence and when peace returns to this territory. And until then, the territory is not and will not entertain any of the activities as such that are not organized by us. So, we may not warn again, we may not talk again, but the message has been passed. If you are a player involved, remember there are bombs on the roads, there are bombs in some of the hotels and some of the stadiums. Secondly, some of the citizens of these countries may become targets. It is better to avoid than to get trapped. And we begin to hear of national days of mourning. Remember the incident that occurred on the 8th of January 2010, where the Togolese national team were ambushed in the province of Cabinda in Tanzania or in Angola. We know that 3 people were killed. And we know that the football of Emmanuel Adebayo ended prematurely because of the trauma of this incident. It is better to avoid than to get trapped in this. Thank you for taking this very, very important. God bless you. And safe African Cup of Nations in La République du Cameroun.